Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Yes, I'm back. It's Ed in Columbus hosting tonight because Andy is, let's just say this. I'm going to say this. Andy's got AIDS. Andy's got AIDS tonight. It's okay.
Oh, boy, he does. Yeah.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Like Lamar Jackson, he'll be back when the time is right. But we got Roger here tonight. We're going to have Zac and Chuck. We're going to have Dawg Chug tonight. So, hey, Roger, what's going on?
Ed, where do I start? Ed, I was in a car accident on Saturday, a fender bender, and it was my fault. But it wasn't. But it wasn't. I was turning left, and this truck was turning right, and there's this little car behind the truck, and it's an old man with a dog in his lap, one of those, right?
Oh, jeez.
Pulls out. I go to pull out, and he skids around the truck, and he scrapes right in front of my bumper. And like, all I got is a big black smudge down the front of my white truck. And so the coppers came and all that. You know, I don't even screw around. I tell them, hey, it's my fault. I got things to do today. Give me my ticket. I got insurance. I want to get out of here. And then I say to the guy, everything's all done. And the guy's like, the dog's freaking out the whole time, just freaking out. Right. And I'm like, I look at him, I say, you know, I hope your dog's okay, but my face didn't say that, Ed. My face wasn't hoping the dog was okay.
I understand. I understand. I want to say shout out to Mr. Dong and shout out to Juan Gonzalez. He says Cavs down by
Juan's
5.
here.
Thanks for the heads up there. We'll have a contributor of the night as the night progresses and at the end. So thanks for the comments and keep them coming. Keep them coming because sometimes, you know, we like to hear ourselves talk, especially myself, and it's nice to have other voices and opinions and everything like that. So keep them coming, everyone. Roger, as everybody can see, I have my American hat on. I got my American 1776 tie on because, as we all know, over this past weekend and this past actually half week, I should say, with the women and the men kicking Canada's ass. And you know what? You know, there's people on social media saying that we're being a little bit too American, you know, being too braggadocious about it. But I just want to say this, Roger. It's not like basketball. We're not born with a hockey stick in our hands. You know, you were supposed to win it, Canada, and we kicked your ass. So let us brag for 4 years, and we'll see you again in probably France. I guess they're having it next in 2030 or whatever.
Ed, remember that one time when Canada beat us at our best sport and it was their fourth best sport? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's right. That didn't
Right,
happen.
right.
That never happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, you want to hear something crazy? Right now, Zac Chuch is upstairs watching. I went up to get the headphones, and he's watching the end of Miracle.
Oh.
He's hooked on Miracle. I told him, I was like, you want to watch a movie that'll get you fired up? So he's up there. But we had breakfast Sunday morning with two guys that when we were 11 years old, we watched the 1980 Miracle on Ice season. And I had my 11-year-old at breakfast with two guys I watched the last time we won gold. So then my 11-year-old got, so isn't that wild? The last time we won gold, I was 11. And here we are 40 some years later, and I got an 11-year-old and we won gold. So, you know, I think it's Jack. Jack won the gold.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. And, you know, all this other stuff about the political stuff and that, you know, whatever, who cares? I mean, USC won and the people are getting all in a hissy fit about it, but you can't win or lose. Well, you always lose in today's, you know, social media if you look in the right places. But I don't give a shit about that. We won gold and that's all I care about. And but like I said, we're going to have a great show tonight. We got Zac on, we got Chuck on from, you know, At the Corner Pod talking guards. But, you know, like Andy always says, we like to start the show with a little fun. And you know what I did today, Roger, or what I didn't do today is I didn't make any slides. I want to go old school a little bit with my Break Ed news and my top 10.
Okay.
So I didn't do any slides. So you're going to see us and hopefully I can deliver. And, you know, I will say this, Break Ed news a little spicy tonight, but that's what we love to do. And let's go here. So.
All right.
This is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Break Ed news. Andrew Barry won the Buddy Tevens Forward Progress Award for hiring so many women. Big deal. Deshaun Watson hired more women, and unlike the Browns, those women helped achieve a happy ending.
Yes.
James Harden suffered a fracture in his right thumb, but plans to play through it. It's his non-shooting thumb and also his non-bang the stripper hand. Hey now. And finally, the USA men's and women's hockey teams both defeated Canada. So now the libtards in Canada are creating an all-transgender team. Not going to work since Canadians are too big of pussies and don't have the balls to compete. USA, USA,
USA,
This
USA.
is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug breaking news.
Fantastic, Edward. Great job, man. That was spicy. You're right.
Yeah, you
You're right.
got to be that way. You got to be that way. I did have a top 10. I think I was going to wait until Zac and Chuck came on, but I see they're in the green room and I don't know exactly what they're doing right now. So in the meantime, because the top 10 does involve the guard, so what did they get ready and everything like that. So I wanted to hear what they had to think about that as well. But let's go to the comments right now. I see Zac's getting ready. We're bringing Zac on right now. Hey, Zac, what's going on?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Obviously, we got the weather's breaking a little bit, even though we're supposed to get like 3 to 5 inches of snow on Monday if you in Columbus. So I don't know.
Holy!
I know that's what I said, but weather's looking good.
Baby, it's all that matters though. Is it's spring and baseball is in the air.
It's spring and baseball, and all the old men like Roger are all happy about it. I love it. I don't know.
I was driving into downtown Cleveland today. I posted a video of it, and I'm approaching Progressive Field, and I almost smelled baseball over the sulfur and the what they're burning down at the steel mill. I almost smelled baseball. It's almost here.
We're getting there.
It is, but I'm not going to wait for Chuck. I'm going to go ahead and do my top 10. Zac's here. We can get it going here. We'll do it. We'll do the top 10 and. All right, tonight's top 10 are the top 10 reasons why Clevelanders would rather talk Browns than Guardians. Top 10 reasons why Clevelanders would rather talk Browns than Guardians. Number 10, misery loves company.
Boy, that's a fact.
Number 9, guards ball winning is boring. Number 8, Clevelanders relate to the Browns more because they're losers. Number 7, Jose Ramirez is like Bad Bunny and won't speak English. Number 6, Cleveland is a Browns town. Well, at least until 2029. Brook Park Browns. Yeah. Number 5, old people in Cleveland are dying. Roger, you're not dying, are you?
No, I'm going to be 140.
There you go. Number 4, the Browns have more Cuck fans. At Carnsies 817. Number 3, the Shadorians will call you a racist if you don't. Number 2,
that's true.
Must have something to do with the Muni lot, drunk fools. And the number 1 reason Clevelanders would rather talk Browns than Guardians is boomers like me still think the name Guardians is gay. Go Tribe! Play ball! And that's tonight's top 10.
Well done, Ed. Good job.
There's some bangers in there, dude. You've gotten so good at those.
I appreciate that. And honestly, with the whole name thing and stuff like that, I'm not one of those guys. But you know what? When you're doing a top 10 and you got to think of top 10 reasons, it's hard as you get older. It really is.
Oh, no.
It is.
No. And it's a topic of, I like to give people a hard time.
It'll be a point of contention for
ever.
Probably the rest of my life. The rest of my life.
Well, speaking of contention and people that, like to bring stuff, we got Chuck on. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
good to see you guys.
Well, we just lost two people, but welcome aboard, Chuck. Welcome aboard.
How we doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. So we're obviously got you guys on here because you guys are our guards experts when it comes to the Dawg Chug. And I was thinking about this. We could go into and have you guys talk guards and all that, but I have spit, sip, chug. And I want to hit with those first. We'll go with that first because it's going to hit on the major topics of what you guys are going to talk about. And then whatever we don't hit in spit, sip, chug, we're going to go with that. Any other follow-up questions or anything with guards? Because like I said, tonight is all about the guards. Cavs, hopefully they do good. James Harden, all that stuff. But, the Browns, we don't want to talk about them, even though you are wearing a brown shirt, Zac. Is that correct?
I am wearing a brown shirt.
Why?
I'll be completely honest, man. I just got back from class like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
I just changed out of my crap into the first thing that was on top of my suitcase. I'm on the road for work.
I'm having a weird school. I'm having a weird thing with my streaming thing on this whatever platform we're on.
Well, we have a question for you, Chuck, and this comes from one of our key contributors over the years. And there you go. And you can read it yourself. I mean, they want to know. They want to know. Shout out Force of Nature.
Love it. Love it.
Love it. All right. Well, we will go into our key segment of the show, Spit, Sip, Chug. And like I said, I want to go to it first. It is a statement. These are statements, not questions. Don't question my statement. We'll start with you, Zach. If you agree with the statement, you will chug. If you hate the statement, you'll spit, and you'll sip if you're kind of like on the fence with that one. But that straddles the boys, if you know what I mean, if you're on the fence. So
Run it.
We will start with this first statement, and that being Tanner Bybee and Gavin Williams will be a dominant 1-2 punch at the top of the rotation.
Oh, I'm chugging to that. If I had a beer, I would absolutely chug to that. I think we really saw Gavin Williams come into his element last year. And if you guys have heard anybody interview Tanner or listen to the interview we did with him, he's a competitor. He's fierce. He wants to be the best. He's always looking for ways to get an edge on the competition. Gavin Williams, big rig. He's a dog. Chug it.
Chugging. Okay. Mr. Dong, we do have a voicemail later that we will play. Just hold on. We got him saying we had some technical difficulties. There's some things to go. Andy having AIDS tonight really screwed things up. Okay. So just
that drinking fountain got him, man. There's a drinking fountain.
So Chuck, what are you thinking on this statement? What are you doing here?
I'm chugging. Chugging.
Yeah.
Okay. Expound.
Yeah, it's people forget that Tanner Bybee, his September, he was money. He was incredible at the end of the year. He had a weird, stuff go on in the middle of the year, but he really rebounded well. Outside of health, I don't see a reason why that can't happen.
Yeah. I want to chug. I'm going to chug as well. Big Rig was money. And, we saw what he can do when he's healthy. It all comes down to health with a lot of baseball teams and players, obviously, in any sport. But if Gavin Williams is healthy, because even Tanner Bybee, he didn't have the greatest regular season, but he pitched. He pitched through it. He got through it. And as a young pitcher, that's the one thing about it. It's like sometimes you have to pitch through your struggles, and sometimes luck doesn't go your way. But I think he's an ace, and then that's what comes down to it. And if Gavin Williams can stay healthy, and they can be that 1-2 punch. The sky's the limit for this team. And, that's the one thing. It's like, you think of, obviously I'm old school, Schilling and Johnson with the Diamondbacks back, in 2001, if you have a 1-2 punch, then like I said, we'll get into Joey Cantillo and everybody later. It's like, then become innings eaters. Can they, get 12 to 15 wins? Can they have a respectable ERA? They don't have to be aces. They just have to keep you competitive in games, because you have the Fausto Carmona and CC Sabathia 2007. If you can do that, that's going to get you pretty far. And as we found out, and we all know in the playoffs, if you have a 1-2 punch, that can get you pretty far. And that's hopefully where the Guardians go this year. Roger, what are you doing here? If you Roger chugs, we're all chugging.
We're all chugging.
I got to chug.
Yeah, we're all chugging, boys. Let's go.
Exciting.
Hell yeah.
That was a round tripper right there. 4 bags, Mr. Bellhop.
Yes, sir.
Tanner Bybee was kind of forced into a role that he wasn't really ready for as far as in his career as a pitcher, and that's the ace of the staff. And that was due in part of Tristan McKenzie. Really was the guy that was supposed to take over for Bieber, and he handled it well. Last year he had 190 strikeouts, I think 185, somewhere in between there. He was the stopper when we really needed a good outing or a strong outing. He was the guy that went out there and did it. He had an inconsistent year last year, but he was kind of forced into that role where Gavin Williams kind of just was able. He was like the second, the horse that was in the place spot, and he's just pacing them, and he's just staying there. And I think Gavin Williams out of the two is the more polished, really headed to be the ace of the staff, in my opinion. Yeah. But when you look at our pitching staff, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 punch. How many teams in baseball today? This reminds me of the 80s, the 90s, when you had 4 or 5 quality starters on your staff. Nobody in baseball has that. If they got 3, they're lucky. We got 6 right now that they're counting.
I'm really excited about Joey Cantillo, though. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, man, that number 2 spot's even. I mean, man, anybody can jump up there. There's a lot of talent pitching you in Arizona for the Guardians is
full
up
effect.
and running.
Well,
That's what they do best, man.
Well, next statement, we're going to start with Chuck, and this goes to the opposite side of baseball, obviously, the hitting side, and the statement being the Guardians hitting will be enough this season. We'll start with you, Chuck. What do you think about the Guardians hitting this year?
I never want to spit on the guards, so you got to go, but you got to be a fool to not go sip on that if you're not doing, spit.
Yeah.
So we'll sip a bit. Look, we were never going to sign a free agent. That was never going to happen. That actually made a significant impact. It's just not reality right now. It's just not. And it never was going to happen either. Can they have done more? Sure. I worry about Chase Delauder's health. He got scratched in my lineup today, and I've officially learned when I'm 34 to not let the Guardians ruin my day at my job or my life. It kind of ruined my day, but then I did some meditation. I did some deep breathing once I saw that tweet, and I moved on. But I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm scared. So I just want to see him on the field because I believe in his ability. He could be a crazy impact bat for years to come if he just gets on the field. Bo Naylor, I think it's Bo Naylor and Kyle Manzardo. That's where I think a lot of this season, if they ascend, if they take another step, if Manzardo can hit left-handed pitching, and if Bo Naylor he had a very good September, if he just takes that next step, then you have Ramirez there, Kwan, if he has a full good season, then you can maybe but yeah, it's a lot of it is about internal development. The whole thing is.
Yeah.
A sneaky guy to me is Juan Brito because where does he fit in all this? I like Rocky, I always have, but yeah, I need a lot of internal development. How can you bank on that in terms of young players? And Ramirez is going to be Ramirez, but it's a lot of it is Manzardo and Bo Naylor to me.
Nice. I'm actually going to chug on this one.
Wow.
Here's why. Because the way the statement is phrased, the Guardians hitting will be enough. They were so bad last year. They were so bad. They were historically bad and made the
playoffs. You're right.
225 and they made the playoffs. There's no way. Law of averages says they have to be a little bit better than last year, just a little bit better. And I think their pitching, if Gavin Williams stays healthy, will be better. So if that comes to fruition, then it will be enough. And when I mean enough, to at least get in the playoffs, probably win the division, because that's just what the Guardians do. They just win the division. I mean, they say, fuck it, we'll just win the division 15.5. No problem. We got this. Hold my beer. We're moving on up. And that's what they did. So I do think the hitting will be enough because, my God, we saw the worst hitting last year, and it was enough to get in the playoffs. So, and honestly, almost get to Seattle, because we almost, went to the final game against Detroit. So, I mean, it was, so that's why I have to chug. I mean, just because the way the statement was phrased. Roger, I can't wait to hear what you got to say here, because you're big on this. Roger's been fighting people, and then I love it because he is definitely on the guards hitting, new hitting instructor. Roger, tell us about it.
I'm spitting. No, I'm chugging. I'm going to tell you what happened is when Velcro, how do you say his name? That followed Tito to Cincinnati, the hitting coach, Velcro.
Chris Valaika.
Valaika. Yeah, I can't pronounce anybody's name. If you were from West 69th Street, I can't pronounce your name. But when he left and he followed Tito, there was kind of a hole in the Indians organization with hitting instructors, and they promoted Grant Fink, who was a great hitting coach, maybe 5 years ago, because he moved up and he was the coordinator of minor league hitting. He really wasn't in the cages with guys the last 2 years. And then mid-season, they promoted Junior Betnez. Is that his name, right? Betnez?
Betances.
Yeah.
Betances.
And that's when they turned things around. That's when the Guardians started hitting the baseball, because this is the guy that's been in the cages with them all the way through their career. He's been promoted right along with them from Mahoning Valley all the way to Lake County, back to Akron, and through to Columbus, and now he's with the Guardians, and he's on the staff with the same kids that he's been coaching and teaching who can tear the cover off the ball all their career in the minor leagues. And they started to show it last year. He's the difference maker. You're going to see my guy right now, my my long shot, my guy that I'm backing is Nolan Jones. I think Nolan Jones is gonna have a year this year. I
It's
think
going
in
to be
right
an unpopular
we got
take.
four outfielders. Our outfielders go bounce around and play every position. How did Quan do out in center field? There's no problems. There won't be. He played center field all through college. I think they started late with Quan, put him out there, but I think our hitting, it's going to be because of what we started last year, and it's going to continue to grow. They got their hitting coach, a guy that knows how to work with them, knows those players inside and out, and I expect what we did at the end of last year to pick up and continue.
Nice. Now,
One
Zach, you
a
got
name, a name. Just quick.
yeah.
So Roger brought up a great point with Nolan Jones. I if he stays healthy for what for what the team needs him to do, I think George Valera can make an impact. Can he hit right-handed pitching and stay healthy? I think he could do. I think he could do that. I believe in him.
Yeah, and that big home
I'll
run in the postseason.
let
Yeah,
me
I agree.
preface this with kind of my thoughts on everything. So I've always been optimistic about the guys that are in the tank. We just saw Travis Bazana
Ooh,
show off his drive line
he
work.
murdered that
He
ball.
murdered that
Yeah,
ball.
he did.
That
Yeah.
you put your head down watching the game, you hear that crack of the bat, you look up. It was, and it's not just the sound, it was the swing profile. It was everything. And like you got Juan Brito, who is a dude that just finds ways to make contact. Bazana's swing is looking really, really good. Watch the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
Watch the games Australia plays.
Yes.
Watch him. Roger makes a good point. I have been a huge Junior Betances believer that he
Yep.
deserved a shot when Valeka turned out to be a wash because I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Columbus has been in the top 3 for AAA teams hitting
Yes.
home runs for
Yep.
like a decade.
Yes.
They
With Junior.
just
Yes, they do.
smash the
Yeah.
baseball.
Yep.
But it's not like the Ty Van Berkeley days where all they do is hit home runs and strike out a ton.
Yeah,
There's
that's true.
still practical, hey, take what the pitcher's giving you when it's time to take what he's giving you
Yep.
and get on base. I am forever the eternal optimist. And so I'll chug to this because I believe that this team has enough internal solutions that, as frustrating as it will be watching guys get piecemealed playing time, they will find a way to
Yep.
stitch together the outfield among 4 or 5 guys playing the platoon favors, and they'll figure out a way to get it done. Nolan Jones is a season removed. That's his really first healthy season since he was a minor leaguer.
Wow.
And yeah, he probably looked a little rough. Baseball's a rough sport, but he's had a full season of off season of conditioning. George Valera looks like he can be a very viable, almost everyday, definitely platoon player that can hit
Yeah.
right-handed pitching. Nobody's talked about Reese Hoskins yet, who
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely
Recently.
murders left-handed pitching. I think there's probably a place for him on this team somewhere as a veteran. And guys, he's not just a depth signing. That guy has legit postseason experience in
Right.
big
Doesn't strike out.
moments.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike out, makes pitchers work. He's a veteran that can lead the young guys through the dog days of summer. Chug it.
Oh yeah.
We would all be chugging. I just want to say this: we'd all be chugging Zach and Roger if Chuck decided not to sit. Now, Chuck, I'm going to give you a chance to change your bullshit here and chug on this because
We'll chug. You're right.
we're chugging. We're all chugging
All right,
again.
We're
chugging.
chugging, baby. 2 in a
Because
row.
I didn't actually think of the phrase of the question. We made the playoffs literally with the worst offense we've had.
Ed did make a good point. We made the playoffs with one of the
You know,
worst hitting
the
teams.
thing about Nolan Jones went to Colorado. What do they do in Colorado? They want you to hit home runs in that high altitude. Somebody went there. When he went there, somebody started screwing with his swing. I think this offseason with Junior, you saw him the other night. He was 2 for 3. The next night he got on base, had an RBI. I think you're going to see a different Nolan Jones this year.
I get more excited when
big
Nolan
on
Jones
him.
gets singles than when he does like a home run. Honestly, I feel like that he's being a baseball
Yeah, he's not
player.
going to,
Yeah.
20, 25 home runs, but he gets 80 RBIs. I'm happy this year when he hits 265, 260, 250.
I'm actually gonna switch this one up. I hate to do this, but we got to talk about the elephant in the room, and that one being Stephen Kwan. And I don't want to start with myself because I want to see what you smart people have to say. So I'm actually gonna go with we'll start with you, Roger, on this one. Stephen Kwan is on borrowed time in Cleveland. What say you?
You know what? There's no rule. You're in charge, Ed. You said I can sip when you're in
You
charge.
can sip. You can sip. Yes.
So I'm sipping. And I'll
Okay.
tell you why I'm sipping. Because nobody knows what's going to happen at the end of this at the end of this strike with free agency, with the
Yeah.
lockout and the strike. You know, Steven, the Guardians might have the best offer on the table for him. You know, if there's salary caps, if there's revenue sharing, if there's a tier system for free agents, whatever they come up with, we don't know if Stephen Kwan's going to be here. That's why you didn't see any movement in baseball this year, other than what the Phillies, the Mets,
Yeah.
who else? You know, somebody said that to me. Oh, it was somebody important too. Oh, McNeil.
McNeil. Shout out
I
McNeil.
told him stick to your fucking Browns bullshit. Have another parade or something. Don't talk baseball. You know, because of course they spend money. It's the fucking Mets. I told him mentioning the Mets is embarrassing when it comes. They're always spending fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they go on strike, the Mets are going to try to sign somebody. It's just it's there's so much to work out with this, man. So that's why I'm sipping on it. The thing that the Guardians have, Stephen Kwan wants to go home and play baseball in California. You know, when it's all said and done, he wants to go home and play ball in California. That's where he's from. Is he married yet? But that's where he's. And you got to
He just got
respect
married.
that.
He just got married this past off season.
He just got married. You got to respect that. You know, if a guy wants to go home and play ball, he wants to go home and play ball. You let him.
Yep.
You know, you don't hate. If it's LeBron James and he wants to go to Miami, and then you hate.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Zach, what do you got?
Yeah, that's because Stephen Kwan's not going to go on fucking ESPN and make a half-hour special out of it while he breaks an entire populace's hearts.
Right, right.
I may or may not have trauma about that from my childhood.
I don't think you do at all.
Stephen Kwan. Okay, so I'm with Roger on this. There's a lot we don't know. So something Roger didn't mention too, that's going to be right in that time period where the Guardians are going to have a new majority owner. Dolan is looking to have the team sold by that point, whether it's that off season or the sale is in process. So we don't know what that looks like. What we do know is that David Blitzer was directly involved. He is also not LeBron. You're right. Stephen Kwan, I think, is a much more mature human being for his age. And, you know, baseball players make their pro debuts a lot later. You're right. LeBron was very young. He, you know, drafted straight out of high school. It's whatever. But the whole thing is like, there's a lot we don't know. The Guards are looking to have a new majority owner. Do we even have a baseball season next season? You're seeing teams be stingy on their books because they don't want to have money committed in a lockout year. What does the new CBA look like? And, you know, there's an entire possibility where the new CBA includes incentives for teams, kind of like the NBA has, to be able to sign guys that came up in their system and go over the salary cap, because the salary cap is coming. That's inevitable. You know, you could see a system kind of like bird rights for Major League Baseball teams to give smaller market teams incentive to pay their players. I'm not entirely sure that he's gone, so I'll sip on it because I'm unsure. There's always a path to getting a deal done. We saw Blitzer have his hands in the Jose extension. He was very much a part of that, so who knows? I'd like him to stay, but don't put all your eggs in one basket.
All right, Chuck, before we go to you, I have to shout out Mr. Dong. This is a classic. LeBron is an icon, not an icon.
You know, of course, Dong is a LeBron fanboy.
I think I don't know about that. I think he's more or less just the play on words alone. I think he just wants to, that's Chuck, what do you say about this statement here?
I think anything is a sip. Nothing's really a foregone conclusion. The lockout is obviously a major factor. What's going to happen to the CBA is a major factor. There's also no like center fielder within any distance in our farm system. So that is something. But and also, while we're being honest, Quan hasn't had Quan hasn't had the best like second half recently, so we'll see. It's a sip.
Well, I'm going to sip as well. Does that mean we all chug? Because
Yeah.
I
you
think we're all
4
kind of on the
sips
same
equals a
page.
chug.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, borrowed time. I mean, I think any player in Cleveland's always on borrowed time, but will he get another contract? And that's obviously what we want. We want an extension of some kind eventually. So I do think that it's a possibility. And with the pending lockout and everything like that, I think that's actually kind of helps us, honestly, like with the opportunity to keep him. And what Zach said about David Blitzer coming in, new majority owner that actually has money. That helps too. Money helps. It is a business. It is a business. So I hope Stephen Kwan's days aren't too numbered in Cleveland. Eventually they will be numbered, just like most obviously Cleveland athletes. I get that, but hopefully we'll get a ring before then, or be in a situation where we'll have multiple postseasons, and he'll be an integral part of that. As probably our center fielder, as Chuck was alluding to. We don't have a center fielder in the minor league. Yeah, we don't have one. So it has to be Stephen Kwan, right? Because he's playing center field now. So I don't know. That's what we're doing, and hopefully he has a successful center field career. Because if it's in Cleveland, it'll probably be out in center field.
It's interesting that they chose now to put him in center field when they have 2 years left of team control on him. That is interesting.
Yeah,
but I feel like our roster construction kind of dictated that.
Yeah,
there are conspiracy theories out there that it boosts his trade value. But yeah, it would be nice if he stayed. I'll say that.
Yeah,
The thing is that the Guardians' goal isn't putting Quan, getting him to play center. Now he plays 2 positions. We got 5 outfielders that play all 3 positions. You know what I mean? The days of a guy just playing left field are numbered in baseball.
Yep.
Guys are cross-trained to at least play 2 positions, at least 2. And they want you to play both corners or center and left. So, a guy like Stephen Kwan better start playing somewhere else.
Yeah, the problem is that Chase DeLauder just wouldn't work out well in center field. It's just at this point.
Yeah.
And George Valera hasn't had any experience in center field, so with Kwan in center, it works out a lot better in terms of roster construction.
Right. And it gives guys a rest. Kwan's not, you're not getting a center fielder beat up. Like, we don't have a Miles Straw that can go out there 145, 150 games.
I don't like having a big center fielder either. I think that's weird. Like, I'm used to the center fielder being like the Kenny Lofton, being a smaller but quicker kind of athlete. Aaron Judge is not in center field for a reason. I think having a big brute like Chase DeLauder in center, I think that'd be weird. I don't know. Maybe that's just me overthinking it too much.
He can't get out of the dugout right now. How's he going to play center field?
And Chuck, what is wrong with him? Why can't he stay healthy? What is it? His body makeup? Is it what is it about him that can't?
It's just one of those players. It's weird. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it in a position player like that. It's astonishing to me.
Okay, well, we'll go to our last spit sip chugs, and then we'll hit on anything that we didn't hit on. But you kind of mentioned it earlier, Chuck, and I'll start with this one. Bo Naylor will have a big year. I'm going to chug on this. I think that now big year for him isn't really much. I mean, let's be real. But he's a catcher, but is David Fry going to be? I mean, that's the thing. Is who's? I mean, I don't know. I mean, depending on where he plays, what do you expect from him? I mean, if he's more of a DH / whatever, then you want higher numbers than if he's just like a catcher. Then obviously you can live with him not having the greatest of numbers. So I mean, it all depends on kind of like what the David Fry situation is. I would think. But it's a good problem to have. The fact that you have Bo Naylor and David Fry and both can play catcher, I think that's a bonus. Like, I don't know. You look at this Guardians team, and the hitting sucks. I mean, 225 last year. But, like, going into this season, we got a lot of options. And the fact that we're moving Stephen Kwan to center, and you got I don't know. I think if you're a manager, and Stephen Vogt, obviously, is a very good manager, 2-time manager of the year, what great problems to have. Like, you have to fill these holes, but you have plenty of pegs to fill these holes. And then, round or square, I don't think it really matters. I think eventually over 162 games, you're going to get it right. And obviously with our division, we've shown that we know how to maneuver and manage and win that division. So I'm kind of thinking, Bo Naylor will have a big year. I don't know how, I don't know where, but I just think he will. And does it really matter? I don't know. Because if David Fry has that big year, or Kyle Manzardo has that big year and kind of alleviates what Bo Naylor has to do because he can play catcher, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to say big year, and I don't really care what the numbers are as long as we win. So I'll go with we'll go around the other way. Chuck, we'll go with you. We're going to go around the other way because I'm
I don't see. So when you're a catcher, if you have like a 100 WRC plus, you're the man, right? It's like it doesn't happen in baseball. It's very rare. So I think he could be okay. But the David Fry thing, Bo Naylor's he's not going to hit that versus left-handed pitching probably as much. David Fry obviously crushes left-handed pitching. I'm a little worried about them overusing him as they always did.
Mhm.
It also kind of hides Austin Hedges a bit, especially in the later innings as well. So that's a plus to hit when he hits.
Yeah.
So it has to be this year. It has to be. This is it. Come on, just and we're not even asking you to go crazy. Just a little bit. Just
Respectable.
a little bit better. A
Yeah.
little bit better, especially for right-handed pitching.
Yeah, agreed. Zach.
Defensively,
Go for it.
he kind of I don't know. There was a game last year where he had a pass ball versus Detroit in like the ninth inning. Roger, you remember that? Zach, remember that game? And it tied the game.
Yeah.
That honestly ripped my guts out.
That was pretty bad.
I was just heartbroken. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it dropped me to my knees. Actually,
The new Chuck wouldn't do that too, right?
no.
The new Chuck wouldn't do that.
And also it blew up the date that I had after the game. It completely like destroyed any chance of any form of semblance of a future with that girl that I was on a date with
Thanks, Bo.
because of that game.
No.
I haven't gotten over it. I haven't gotten over it.
Chuck's like, I wouldn't have ruined it myself. It had to be Bo Naylor.
And then Cade Smith gave up a grand slam in extra innings. I remember that game. Yeah. Oh, terrible.
Okay.
We'll go to Kate Smith after we.
So I'm cautiously optimistic. Bo didn't have too bad of an offensive season last year. The only thing I worry about is where the fuck is his playing time going to be? You've got Austin Hedges, Bo Naylor, and David Fry all on the same roster. Like, is Hedges playing once a week? It's if you brought Hedges back just for clubhouse vibes for him to play once a week, just hire him as a coach at this point.
Yeah.
Because you got guys like Bo Naylor and David Fry that are a lot younger, a lot healthier, that need to be getting playing time strictly on the premise that they're better offensive resources.
Maybe
Um,
right out of Tommy John,
So-
Fry's not ready to be this full-time second catcher, I guess.
I that's kind of what my thinking is that he's going to be a DH for probably at least half the season while he's kind of going to get the Shohei treatment where they're going to ease him back into throwing as the season goes on because he can still hit. So I'll sip to this. It's like the bar for being a good catcher. The reality is
Low.
it is pretty low. Like,
Terrible.
look at the numbers league wide. Catchers are throwing out less base runners. You throw a guy out 40% of the time. Bo's got a great arm.
Yeah.
If Bo gets a good read on the runner getting a jump, he's got a pretty good chance of throwing him out. If you throw runners out 35, 40% of the time, you're pretty golden. Bat 100 in the WRC plus, and don't let easily blocked pass balls slip under your right leg, and you'll be fine. So I'll sip to this. Being a catcher's hard. Anybody that watches this and has issues with that, please come talk to me because those guys do about triple the workload of your average major league player. So I'll sip to it.
Nice. Roger.
Man, you know what? I'm going to chug on it.
Yeah.
It's a big year. You said a big year.
Big. Huge.
Huge. I'm going to chug sip.
Okay. Fair. I don't know if that's loud, but sure.
Man, he's steadily improved every year. He's 26 years old. I think last year, again, we mentioned the hitting coach, somebody that he's come up with and worked with his whole career. Defensively, Chuck had to bring up, he's down in dates blown. This year I think he'll be down in blown dates. That number will drop. His RBI steadily increased over the last 3 seasons. He's still a work in progress. I think both defensive and offensive. Then you talk about David Fry, who potentially you can have. The last guy that was a hitter was John Gomes, won a Silver Slugger. When was that?
Boy, that was a long time ago.
2018 or 17 or something.
That's good name.
Before that, Burro Perez. That was 2014. So Zach said it. Catchers they got their hands full with what they do. You know, if we can get Bo Naylor to, what did he have last year? 50 RBIs? No, he didn't even have. Yeah, he had like 50 RBIs last year. So if you can get 65 out of them, and 10 more hits, that's more progress. So I think a big year for him would be to continue to grow defensively and offensively.
Nice.
I'll buy that.
I'll buy it. Yeah, I'll buy it. Well, that will end Spit, Sip, Chug. Congratulations. I think this was the record for the most times that we all agreed and we all got the chug on that one. I kind of forced the issue a little bit, but hey, when I'm hosting, hey, all bets are off,
Well,
so
It's Ed's world and we're
Andy's
living in it.
thank you. But Zach, there's a thing we do on the Dawg Chug. It's called rapid fire. And my man, you're going under rapid fire. All right. You have 3 seconds to answer the
Oh,
question.
I love this game. It's my favorite game.
Yeah, it is your favorite game, Chuck.
Chuck, I love you, but you're bad at it.
He is not good at it. So basically answer the question. If you think about saying anything else but answering the questions, like I always say, just don't fucking do it. Just don't fucking do it.
All right.
Are you ready to go? All right, here we go. Browns will win 7 or less games next season.
They're going to win less than 5 games next season.
James Harden is better than you thought.
I knew James Harden was good. That didn't make the trade any easier to swallow.
Cavs will win the East.
Damn straight.
Excited for baseball.
Beyond.
Guardians will be boring but win division.
I don't think they'll be boring this year. You got a lot of offensive promise in the tank. See what happens.
Joey Cantillo will win at least 10 games.
8.
Tigers will make playoffs.
They'll miss the playoffs. And they'll trade Tarek School at the deadline.
Wow.
Like that. Yankees will make the World Series.
No.
Jose Ramirez will someday win an MVP.
Absolutely. And he'll be the greatest Cleveland baseball player of all time.
Nice. Baseball's work stoppage will cancel the entire season next year.
As much as I hate to admit it, more than likely, yes.
And finally, is the Guardians logo clip art bullshit?
It's grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but I've come to love it.
Okay. And you are off rapid fire. And I think, honestly, I kind of like it too. The fastball G or whatever it's called. I don't hate it.
I thought it was I thought it was cheeky at first,
Yeah.
but the more they've done a really good job of branding it on merch.
Yes, I totally agree with yes.
Yeah, it looks good on t-shirts and hats.
Rogers' hat. I think Rogers' hat looks great.
Yeah. On the navy blue background, come on.
Why don't they use it? Why don't they wear that hat during games? I wish that would be instead of the C always, the Diamondback C. I like that. I wish they would use that during games more, or actually at all, I should say. But
I'm kind of partial. I'm kind of partial to both.
Okay, fair enough. I will say one thing. I do like the Diamondback C. I think the C was reinvigorated, and they did a really nice job.
Yeah, the block C. The block C was just kind of boring.
Yeah, it was boring. But that Diamondback C that hits hard on the merch too. So yeah, well, great job with the rapid fire. Great job with the rapid fire. We also have a game that we like to play, and it's called Opposition Position, where you take the position of your opposition. And I thought, I was thinking that, I didn't really have one. I was kind of waiting for the show to kind of do its thing so we could, talk about it. So I guess what we're going to say here is, Zach, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think the Guardians will have a better year this year because of baseball's pending strike? Do you think that that helps them this year?
I don't think it does because your baseball giants haven't shifted any.
Okay, well, you're going to argue that it does. You're going to argue that it does.
That it does. So,
and then Chuck's going to argue that it doesn't.
So I think it probably does help them because you saw a lot of teams be hesitant in signing marquee people this year. So there's kind of this. I mean, Eugenio Suarez had a monstrous season.
Yeah.
Last year was one of the most sought after trade deadline pieces, and he signed a 1-year, $15 million contract with a team option.
Yeah.
What the hell? So I think it helps them this year. But the reality is I think you're still going to see teams be competitive at the trade deadline. Okay. So baseball will shake out how it always shakes out, but maybe you win some more games in the early part of the season before the rubber hits the road, and picking up games early, it helps.
Nice. Great. Well, great. See, that's what we do. And Chuck Chuck got scared. Chuck, oh, there he is. I don't know what Chuck's doing. But Chuck, you have to argue against, go the opposite here. So basically, it doesn't help them. It doesn't help. So the impending strike does not help the Guardians this year.
I don't think it helps anybody. It's just ridiculous. In terms of the Guardians, I think if they may be more incentivized to make trades if they're not in it. So, yeah, I mean, let's call it like it is. If they don't have a good first half of the season, Stephen Kwan is getting traded. That's just the reality of the situation. But I'll be honest with you. I get it. The players have to look after themselves, and the owners have to look after their bottom lines. I get that. Sometimes I feel like who's looking after what's best for the game. And as a fan who lives and breathes Guardians baseball and baseball, it makes me sick. Did you grow up as a fan thinking about like CBT and salary caps and revenue split, revenue sharing? And I get it. I get the arguments. Why would they have to do it? If I was a player, I'd 100%. But I feel like we're not focused on what's best for the actual game sometimes, and it bothers me that this is going to be what we're talking about all year long, and I'm going to be throwing a brick through a window at some time next year because they can't get their shit together, and it ruins the game sometimes. It ruins the love of the game for me sometimes. That's all.
Roger, obviously, I don't want to say who won or lost. I'll let you do that. But like, I'm okay with doing a Bud Selig All-Star game tie. I thought both of them did a good job. That's how I'm leaning right now. But you can sway me either way. You can sway me either way.
Man. You know what? You know what? Even Zach, when he believed the opposite, he made some valid points that I'm like, yeah. And then Chuck made the argument that drives me crazy in football today, because I got some fucking dude in England that started following the Browns with Sashi Brown, became the fucking GM, and he tells me I don't understand football because he can do fucking math. I don't give a shit. That has nothing to do with football. And Chuck, you hit on it with baseball. You know what I mean? It's ruined the game of baseball that I have to worry about the fucking Dodgers signing yet another fucking guy that they're not paying for until 2044. And it ruins the game of baseball, just like football has been ruined.
So, Roger, you may disagree with me on this. You and I don't disagree a lot. I don't blame the Dodgers. I actually applaud them what they're doing. It's completely within the rules, so don't blame the Dodgers. Blame the system.
What's that old saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
100%.
We still hate them, but just
but deferred money, the deferrals, that has to change in the CBA. I do agree with that. But it's not the Dodgers
took advantage of that.
No. But they're no. See, that's proves what the Dodgers are doing. Proves that baseball's broken. They won a lawsuit because they went bankrupt.
Yeah, 100%. It's a revenue problem.
Much revenue. It's baseball's broken, and Dodgers proved that baseball's broken. So do the Padres and the Mets, chasing it with money after money after money and coming up with nothing. Baseball's broke. Yeah.
But
look at the Padres. They depleted their entire farm system. Everything. Yeah. Everything.
But then there's the flip side. Then there's like the Minnesota Twins and the Pirates who act like they're like, they're the best. But
here's the difference. Football, you don't hear about the Browns are a small market team. Are the Browns a small market team? And no, there's one market.
So,
but the Jets and the Browns, salary cap, revenue share, they still suck, right?
No, damn straight they do. Hell yeah, they do. So my dad put a really
market,
nice,
and it's an equal share, and that's what baseball needs to do, is be one market.
But
my dad put a really nice bow on this.
Yeah,
and he said, baseball and football will forever be different because football acts like an enterprise.
Yeah,
football does what's best for the league.
Yes,
all the time. The owners vote on decisions that benefit everybody.
Have you ever seen the movie?
You've got a turf war going on in baseball.
Yeah, right. Have you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
Football operates under that theorem.
Yep.
And baseball operates under the exact opposite of what John Nash and the fucking theorem of it's crazy. Baseball needs to operate like football does, like
But
Well, look
basketball.
at the
Like,
NBA. The NBA operates as an
yeah,
enterprise.
here's what I'm scared
yes,
about. They
yeah.
cannot
And
accomplish
that's the
all
problem.
this in one CBA, or else they'll really burn the shit to the ground. But
It's
like,
gonna
I
have
don't
to be
think
baby steps.
no, I don't think they could accomplish it in one CBA. That's all. That's what I'm. That's my big. You can't go for
And
everything in one negotiation. You just can't.
Chuck,
But
round the
like,
horn.
92 wins.
92 wins. I got him at 93 wins.
I have them at 92, but whatever it takes to win the Central. They may win 91, they may win 89, but whatever it takes to win the Central is
I
what
got him
they'll
at
win.
92.3.
But I got them at 92.
I'll go.
But
I'll
they
go
can win
90.
between 89 and 92.
What do you got, Zach? What do you got here?
95.
95. Let's
95.
go.
Wow, I love it. I
Well,
love
I
it.
want to say that concludes opposition position where I know
That's a good
Crump,
one,
I
Ed.
didn't give a winner, and Roger's feelings.
No,
you know,
it's what did you call it?
it's a tie.
A
It's a
Canadian
Bud
tie?
Seal, a Bud Selig.
It's a
Selig
Canadian
All-Star
tie?
game. Yep.
Oh, Bud Selig. Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's what that is. You know, hey, I'm in control.
Where did
tonight.
what's a Bud Selig tie?
That's remember
Chuck,
the
you remember the
All-Star
All-Star
game?
games?
Oh yeah. Oh, no,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
When
that.
That's good.
when
Ed.
both teams had run out of pitchers and had
Pitchers and
position
this-
players pitching.
Well, I think we're gonna try something right now, fellas. Now we have a new segment on the show that Andy introduced,
Yes.
but like I said, Andy's got AIDS tonight, so he's not here. But we
Oh,
have the
water
Dawg
fountains,
Chug
man.
voicemails, and
Listen,
Oh
yeah.
God.
we have one
What
of
we
our
want you to do,
Yep.
we want you to email, we want you to send us messages, and we're going to play them live here on Dawg Chug.
Yeah.
Send them right there. I'm going to make a clip of this, Ed. Send them to dogchugpod@gmail.com, and we're going to play. If you hate me, get it out. Let me know. If you love Ed,
You know,
let him know. Whatever. Send us voicemails.
there was-
We want to play them.
there was a radio
Ed, I'm
host in the
sorry.
90s that used to do this, and this is going to be interesting.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, this is from our favorite Lamont, I believe, is back again. So I'm praying that this works. We tried it. We tried, like I said, Andy. Hopefully you'll get over the AIDS and you'll be back next week. But we're gonna see what this happens here. Here we go. All right. I think it's gonna take some time. But should start playing.
I'm so scared about that lockout. I'm dreading it so bad.
It
Yeah.
worked in the.
Yeah, it did work. Well,
Look.
it's supposed to be working here, and
Well,
let's
Ed
see.
works on that. It does. Just the last time baseball had a major work stoppage, it hurt a lot of fans. A lot.
Hey, let me tell you something about. Remember 1994?
That's what I'm talking about.
I was at Progressive Field. We played the White Sox. It was about a week before the White Sox come in town. We were battling for first place, right?
Yeah.
Jim Thome
Both teams
hit
on pace
3
to win
home
100
runs.
games.
Jim Thome hit 3 home runs in that game. Tim Raines is their left fielder. We're on the home run porch. We're ripping
Is it
Raines
playing?
all weekend.
We can't hear anything, Ed.
No, you can't hear anything. It is playing. You know what? I'm gonna try this.
Keep working on it.
Okay.
Ed.
Yeah,
believe in you.
let me try this. See
Hey.
if this works. Roger says it doesn't work, but let's try this. See if, can you guys hear this
All
at
right.
all?
You got in your top 10 down. We got to work on your producer skills a little more.
Yeah. No, we just took over the stream and I'm learning. I don't know nothing.
All right, let's Roger. Can you guys hear this?
Nope. Don't hear it. So, anyways,
Can you hear it, Zach?
I can hear it kind of.
yeah, it don't pick up for some reason. It won't pick up audio on speaker.
Yeah.
It needs to be plugged
Well,
in.
like I said, our show has AIDS now too. So thanks, Andy.
Thanks,
yeah.
Andy.
That goes to the dog. You know, and I played it. And
Could I
Andy,
read his instructions? Could I read his instructions, Ed?
Yeah,
And see if anybody can say, "Oh yeah, you guys are who's right, me or us or Andy?"
Praise Jesus.
is this not playing? You guys can't hear this?
No,
No.
Oh.
nope. Yeah, Andy sent us instructions from the AIDS clinic, and they just were not clear.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, like I said, I actually downloaded it and everything, and it's in the thing, it's in the files, and it's not playing. That's okay. That's all right. We'll make do. We'll make do. I will say one thing. You guys, obviously big Guards fans and everything like that. How many games you guys gonna go to this year? What are your plans this year?
I go to every. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach.
No, you're good. So I just moved out to Kansas this year.
Oh,
So Kansas City is not too far away. It's about 2.5 hours from my house.
okay.
So I'm gonna try to get out to at least 4 of the games with the Guards versus Kansas City, because I've not been to Kauffman Stadium. It's on my list.
Nice
And
ballpark. Very nice ballpark, right, Roger?
I'm very much looking forward to it. So I'm going to try to get to at least 4. And I had the benefit of living in Tampa, where the Guards would play at least once a year. But now being closer to a divisional opponent, I will have multiple opportunities, and it's actually pretty cool because the Royals donate tickets to the base that I'm stationed at, and they come around pretty frequently for people to take advantage of that, as they're very kind to our community. So
See if you can get me 3, I'll drive down.
Yeah.
Roger, Kansas Kauffman Stadium is very nice. Do you like Kauffman Stadium?
The Royals are getting a new stadium too, by the way. The Royals are.
I hate that.
Hey,
Chiefs
before
are
I
getting a new
die, I'm
stadium
going to
too,
be
dude.
in
That's all the
every.
rage out here.
Yeah, Kansas
Before I
too.
die, I'm going to see everyone.
Yep.
Yeah. Roger, how many games
Chuck.
are you going to go to this year?
I don't, man, it's I get them through work, like from salesmen, and my dude at Lakeside Plumbing, the guy that owns that joint, he shoots me tickets, and he's got good seats. So I don't know, man. We'll get a couple of
Got them season
packages.
tickets,
We
baby.
go to. Hey, listen, I got 3 sons, mom, 5 of us go to ball games. It ain't cheap. But the Guardians are way cheaper than the Browns. Forget about it. But we go to a lot of Ducks games. I'm a big minor league guy. I love going to Ducks games, man. We go to a lot of Ducks games. But I'll probably get up to at least 8, 5 games this year. I'm hoping.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, with the family, you know what I mean? With with all of us.
Yeah.
I go to every Guardians game when they in the Yankee Stadium.
Do Yankees fans now, when it comes to like the Guard, they don't respect us, do they? They don't.
I've had some bad incidents. Yeah, I've cursed. Yeah, it hasn't gone
Yankees
great.
fans don't respect anybody.
Yeah, I just wondered the whole Miles Straw thing. A couple like that was kind of. I don't know. I feel like they're just It is what it is, but has anybody? Have you heard from at opposing stadiums? Like, what do they think about like Guardians compared to Indians? Anybody ever said anything like to you, Chuck, or anybody, or have you heard something like that's or they don't care as much as Clevelanders?
People move on.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the most grief I've ever heard from another fan base, about the name change,
Minnesota
was Braves fans.
Wow.
When I lived in Georgia.
What?
They maybe they don't want to be next, maybe on the chop.
That's what I'm thinking it is.
In terms of fans, Twins fans annoy me a lot. Twins fans are like ridiculous on Twitter, especially.
You know what? Go easy on them. They actually, you know what? No, let them suffer and burn. Fuck them.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you,
they deserve every bit of the misery they watched.
I'm going to tell you this. Whenever we travel, I wear my Indians Chief Wahoo Road blue cap. It's like 20 years old. That's my road cap. I wear it on the road, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going this fall too. When we go up to the Upper Peninsula, and you're on a lot of the indigenous lands, right? Mm-hmm. And I was getting dirty looks, and I didn't know why. I was in the gift shop at a lighthouse, and I was just getting the cold shoulder, and I had Chief Wahoo on, and I put 2 and 2 together eventually. Now I've worn that hat in South Georgia, all over Atlanta. Nobody,
Yeah.
But going up into the Upper Peninsula, you might get some dirty looks wearing Chief Wahoo. Just been my experience.
I will.
Give a shit.
I will award Mr. Dong the contributor of the night, and you know what? Yeah, you have to be a little retarded to be on the Dawg Chug, and that's fine. We actually take that word as a compliment, Pronky Dong. So
I
Yes.
agree, and
yeah,
I'm
we
on the
agree.
and I'm on the Dawg Chug.
Yeah,
So.
we
Are
don't.
we still live?
Yeah.
Hey, look at my new hat.
Saint
My buddy
Ed.
Tony got me my
Ooh,
St. Edward Eagle hat.
I like that.
I went up to
Nice.
Cleveland and I got a hat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we had a great show. I guess I want to do this. Final thoughts here. We'll go around the horn. We'll start with Chuck. Final thoughts. And you got a minute and a half. Say whatever the hell you want to say. This is your time. Plug whatever you want to plug. Just whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Feel free.
I'm really excited about baseball. It's so good to be back on the Dawg Chug. I love you guys so much. As you know, I've been through a lot of my life recently, especially, and things are looking up. And I feel great. Best I've ever felt in my life in a long time. And there's always hope out. There's always hope out there, ladies and gentlemen. And you always gotta just hang on to the rope. You know. Yeah. Go Guards.
Nice.
That was
Just
that was lame. That was corny.
no, that was not lame at all,
Chuck's in
dude.
the audience. Actually,
was
I don't know
good.
if you prefer the new Chuck, but we're glad for your health reasons. But
But the new Chuck doesn't sell. New Chuck doesn't
yeah, it's
sell.
a hard.
Chuck.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
doesn't
don't
sell
worry.
well.
We'll be in here after
Oh,
Cade
just
Smith
give it
blows a
the first
loss on
week.
a
Yeah,
Wednesday
we'll wait.
night.
Right. Yeah, he'll be back.
Just
He'll be back.
give it the first week of April. We'll be there.
Zach, what do you got tonight here?
First, as always, thank you guys for having us. I love coming on here and talking ball. Um, it's gonna be a good baseball season. Enjoy every bit of it, soak up as much of it as we can, and just remember, I will say this, you guys will hear me say it in our podcast episodes. It is a long season.
Yeah.
Breathe oxygen, touch grass,
Yes.
be an adult.
Yes.
And last thing I'll plug is be nice to service members in your communities. A lot of us are being asked to do very extringent things and very long schedules and very weird non-standard stuff right now. So be nice to each other, be nice to the service members in your communities. Everybody's going through a lot right now, and that's all I have.
Nice.
Nice.
Roger.
Well, to the service members, Zach, thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to take this. We had Dawg Chug tonight. We talked all baseball. It was great. I'm going to take this opportunity coming up in the next couple of weeks at the end of March. Zach, myself, and James, Ella Fritz. Everybody knows who our buddy James is. He's from sports. Where's he from? I don't even know, the Land Sports Show. I gotta look.
James has had his hands in
But
tons of
we're
stuff.
gonna have a Sunday night guard show. It's gonna be kind of a little wrap and look forward to the week ahead. It's gonna be here on the Dawg Chug Network. Um, so we don't know the name
Ooh,
yet.
we're
It's probably gonna
networking
be
now.
Guard Sunday night. But we got that kicking off. Zach Chuck's gonna be a contributor. He's gonna come and join us. He'll probably be there every Sunday, unless he's got a date. Other than that, it's going to be huge. It's going to be good stuff. So we got that coming in.
Okay.
It's exciting.
Looking forward to it.
I just want to take my time to thank Zach and all the service members out there.
Appreciate that, man.
I'll say this, I don't know what's going on and maybe you're alluding to, but obviously there's tensions in the world and things going on, and hopefully, nothing does go on. I will say this, shout out to the Iranian people. I do believe that you should live in freedom, but that has nothing to do with our service members. If kind of understand what I'm trying to say there. Hopefully that it doesn't take your freedom, doesn't take us to get you there, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we have the best military in the world, and the reason why we get to live in the greatest country in the world is because of our military. And anybody that thinks differently is stupid. Pretty much, freedom doesn't come free, and the sacrifices that they make are things that I could never do. So I'm always appreciative of their sacrifices and what they have to do for this country. And I'm proud of our Olympic team, going there and winning gold.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's one thing to just say, you're proud to be an American. It's one thing to live it. And, not everything in this country is perfect, but to say that, it's no better place in the world to be than the United States is, like I said, that would be a false statement, because America is the best place in the world to be. Also, too, if you are going to make fun of America, I always say this. My dad always taught me this. Don't do it on foreign soil. Nothing's worse than having an American on foreign soil bash your country. That's kind of disheartening. If you want to make fun of this country or whatever you want to do it on our soil and protest in a peaceful way. And don't belittle people that think differently than you. But other than that, like I said, the fact that we get to have a podcast, the fact that we get to talk sports, the fact that we get to talk whatever the hell we want to talk about, because we live in the greatest country in the world with freedom of speech is the greatest thing. And Zach, thank you for defending that freedom. Thank you for everybody out there that tuned in tonight to the Dawg Chug. And Andy, hopefully that AIDS is just a 24-hour AIDS, and you're back next week. That's the one thing great.
Chuck sleeping.
I'm good. I'm good.
So everybody out there, we've had a great time. We're going to have a great baseball season. And you know what? I didn't do this, but I'm going to say this. The Cleveland Guardians will be at least in the American League Championship Series this year. I believe that. Totally believe that. I think they have the team to do it.
Right, hey.
So that's my bold prediction. And like I said, like Andy always says, drink them if you got them. Go Guards!
Go Guards!
Go Guards!
Go Guards!
And go Browns, maybe.